Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ferry Talk. I'm Nick. Thanks for checking it out. I feel like that little intro that I run through, I just cut myself slightly. Kind of hurt. Anyways, what I was gonna say was, I think that little intro, it's hard to figure out what I should say to you guys when I say hello, I'm Nick. So anyways, now that we got past that, and I scratched myself on one of my show and tell projects. How's everybody doing today? My voice doesn't probably sound different right now, but I actually am taping this. I shouldn't say a day early, but anyways, you ever get that where you feel like you wake up in the morning and you're not quite sick, but chances are the next morning you'll for sure be sick? Yeah, I'm in day one right now, and getting sick and I do not get along. Let's just say that I'm pretty much a big baby when it comes to being sick. And it's just a standard cold, like whatever, we don't need to go into details. Everybody knows what it feels like to be sick. So, anyways, did you guys catch the woven basket project? It came up as a funny circumstance. For most of you guys know, I recently got a saw stop, and the table saw fence on there is really quite nice, and I really wanted to test it out. So I just as soon as it was set up, assembled, and dialed in, I pretty much just grabbed some wood and just tried to go, okay, how thin can I make it? And I had these bottom pieces were just from chunks of 2x4, and that was sitting on the table saw itself. And my wife had walked through and said, oh, what are you doing? And I said, I was just, cutting some wood. Why? And I didn't want to tell her that, I was playing with my new toy, but she goes, well, I figured it kind of looked like you were maybe trying to weave a basket. And I'm like, no, but I bet you they are kind of flexible. And so she wanted a nice little Easter basket. It's more or less a prototype. Another gentleman had made the exact basket and sent me some pictures, and he used CA glue to eliminate a lot of the drying time. That's a perfect, a CA glue would probably be a perfect one for this. But either way, it was a prototype. I think it turned out pretty nice. My wife was happy, so I guess I'm happy. And hopefully, I guess I can't edit a cough out, but like I said, I feel like I'm getting sick. But anyways, I wanted to mention this glue bot. I don't know if you guys are familiar. A lot of the YouTube woodworkers have been making them, been using them, and I've been using them on my project too. I was actually sent one by Mike Fulton a while back, and while I was working on that basket, it worked really nice to just kind of, you can use it at just about any angle, and but what I really tested it out on is actually this upcoming week's project, and I won't tell you everything to the project, but I had to make these kind of random orbit sandpaper holders, and it kind of acts as a shelf, and I didn't want them floating around, so I wanted this divider in there. And let me just move the sandpaper, but I wanted this divider in there, and I mean, it's pretty stuck on there. And all I did with the glue bot, it has a nice even control, and I'm like, you know what? There's not a real good way to do this. I'll just try it. And then I just put like a box of screws on there to weight it down, and I mean, it's really not going anywhere. And and it's only holding discs of sandpaper. So, but that was really really cool. I thought that was a neat idea. They FastCap actually recently sent me some of their Kaizen foam that to try out, because one of my viewers had said that I would like it in the comment section, and then tagged them, and they were nice enough, and I'll try it out. So I know a couple other people doing some projects with that foam too, and that should be interesting. FastCap makes the foam, and they also make the glue bot. So, but this brought up another thing. Technically, these chunks were out of my scrap bin, and then this was something I bought at the home store. And there's a difference. One of them is tempered hardboard, the other being 1/4-inch MDF. 1/4-inch MDF, and it's 3/16 hardboard, but of course nothing measures the actual thickness. But I had some other pieces from the project, and I kind of wanted your guys' opinion if I'm way too picky when it comes to this stuff, because my actual plywood supplier sells 1/4 inch MDF, and I love it. There's no coating, there's nothing, and it's smooth on both sides, and it's almost a true 1/4 inch. It's probably like a 32nd under. So it makes building things a little bit easier. And quite frankly, I like the color more. But going to the, gotta find somewhere to put that. Going more to the tempered hardboard. Now MDF, for those you don't know, stands for medium density fiberboard. And I believe the tempered hardboard is actually a high density fiberboard. So it's a little bit more dense. I guess per size it would be a little bit heavier too. But the tempering, I think, is when the one side is smooth and it's almost glossy. And I believe they boil or just coat it in like linseed oil or something like that. For whatever reason, I don't like the look, and I know it's the look of pegboard. And then the other side, it must be due to their pressing process. It's all wafered and textured, and so when you're trying to use it as, you know, like dividers, the appearance is so different. Now, granted, these are shop projects that I'm talking about using this on, but for whatever reason, that irks me and that gets under my skin that that they don't look the same. But you know what, this is what I had available to me at the time, so I had to end up using it. But let me know, do you guys have these little woodworking things to where you have to, like, oh no, I need these particular nails, or I need this particular building material, or these particular screws, which I guess could segue into my next thing. This project, that's for Friday's video. That it's part of my continual improvement to organize my shop. Like I said, I fell into this YouTube thing. I didn't think I'd be doing weekly videos. I didn't think, for one, I didn't think a lot of people would want to watch them, but two, I didn't think I'd have this much fun doing it. And so when I kind of fell into it, it was winter time around here, and I can't really justify, you know, heating the garage for 2 hours before just to get it up to temp and to clean the garage. So hopefully I'll do a video in the future about how actually messy my shop garage is, and it's laughable. It's actually it's terrible, frankly. Quite frankly, it is terrible. But moving along to that, I said, are you guys particular? And I'm particular about MDF versus hardboard. But I've been, as part of this continual organization, but then also to have a well-stocked shop, so I don't have to run to the hardware store, you know, a couple times a day during a project. I've been getting these Spax screws, and what caught my attention is that they kind of have a barbed end as opposed to, say, your traditional wood screw, and they claim it's kind of a self-piloting screw. And what I went to do is I got a little drawer that I've been sticking all these screws in, and I'm trying to get every length of screw for like a zinc coated screw in a number 8 that they offer, anywhere from, I think it's like 3/4, and they might even have like 5/8, 3/4, all the way up to, like, I think it's 2.5 or maybe 3 inches. And each and every time I would go to the store to pick up whatever it was, I would get a box of screws because quite secretly, if I drop $150 on screws, my wife would probably not be happy at all, and that's putting it lightly. So an extra $5, $10 over the course of a year, I don't think she's noticed. So it'll be our little secret. And then also I wanted to use, once that's fully stocked, and at least the number 8 size throughout all the sizes, I wanted to get a set of zinc-coated either carriage bolts or machine bolts, or sometimes I'm trying to think of what they were called, like stove bolts. And in a 1/4-20, and just get all the lengths, the different split washers, nylon lock nuts, and the whole gamut. And the reason I picked 1/4-20 is because it's substantially large enough to do most shop type projects and things that you're building in the shop. It covers a wide variety. It's big enough for most of it, but also 1/4-20, being I tape all these YouTube videos, 1/4-20 is like pretty much the internationally known camera size for base plates and quick change plates. And so I had a couple projects with some articulating arms to try and get some cooler camera shots, and I figured if I have 1/4-20 hardware and star knobs and stuff, I could build some cool contraptions to see what kind of angles I could get. Which reminds me, I had a fail the other day. I tried to get my new phone does slow motion at 240 frames a second, I believe it is. And I figured, okay, I tested it out on my ceiling fan, which when my ceiling fan is just whipping around, you can't even see any of the blades. And I did it with this thing, and the blades were like just moving so slow. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get a cut. I'm going to cut something on my table saw. It's going to be slow motion, and it's going to be cool. Yeah, a ceiling fan, for those of you that don't know, spins dramatically slower than a table saw blade. Yeah, because it just slowed down the wood movement. The blade still was spinning to where it was just a circular blur. So that was a complete and utter fail, but either either way, I'll be trying out some new camera angles and stuff like that. That's, once again, what I have for you for this week. Until I see you guys next time, take care.